Hi, Colleen. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have you here. I mean, I think I was telling you before we started recording, like, I came across your stuff on TikTok and followed you probably, like, I don't even know. Time is funny, but it was probably like over a year ago. I just love the stuff you put out. So thank you for taking the time and being here today.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been on TikTok a little over 3 years now and have been following you and all of your wedding shenanigans that you put out there. And amongst everything that's happening, like you're really good comedic relief for me. So I appreciate
Oh,
that.
good. I love hearing that. It's kind of goofy just how the internet, I was just telling someone it feels like talent show on a phone. Like you're scrolling and I just kind of like talent show when you're like in elementary school and everyone's like, hey, check out what I got. And then it's like the next person, they're like, hey, check out what I have to say. And it's just this funny world we live in.
It really is. Like I can envision myself doing little somersaults on the stage in middle school, being like, ta-da! And now
Yes.
here we are.
Oh my gosh, so true. I mean, you cover a lot of it too. I feel like the world and everything that's going on, it's just there's a lot of negative things going on in the world, scary things. And so I feel like maybe it's my way of detaching. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
But
and things are really heavy right now, and they're really heavy for people of all ages, especially in education. And that detachment piece, that's needed so we can get up every day with a full bucket and get to work and keep changing lives. So
yeah.
your detachment is my healing, so I appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you. I know I appreciate what you do too. Can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, what you do, and kind of how that pivoted into what you share on social media?
Yeah, so this is going to be my 15th year in education, and I've kind of always had more of a social work type background. And that's originally what I got into TikTok for. I was raising awareness to help build a comfort closet for kiddos in my school that were from at-risk backgrounds. So I would put out items that we needed, like toothbrush, socks, toothpaste, deodorant, just to get eyeballs on that Amazon wish list link. And then it kind of blew up from there. And then after the election, when everything kind of in my world pivoted and changed a little bit, so did my content because everything in the education world is shifting and changing. And I wanted to let parents know, hey, this is happening in your neck of the woods. So come on up to the front and hear about it. So now I share more educational laws that are changing, things that are adapting within the educational world.
I love that. I feel like it's so important because I've seen, especially in your own content too, people will sign off on things or they like agree with something until they really get to the nitty gritty and they're like, wait, what's happening? Wait, Department of Education's going away? And they're like picking up these things. They're like, wait, what does that actually mean? And they need people that are in it that know the ins and outs to explain it.
Yeah, and it is easy for every single person to kind of wear a school hat in the sense because they were a student at one point in their lives. But the lens that they see things through is that student lens and maybe not what's behind the curtain. So hopefully I can just pull that curtain back for people and let them see the nitty gritty of what things actually mean.
Yeah. And so going back, what inspired you to initially become an educator? You said, do you start with social work and you were kind of in that field and then you kind of moved into teaching?
Yeah, so I kind of was always in the school social work realm. And then just recently, a few years ago, I kind of navigated more into the classroom. And now I work at a Catholic school. So I'm a Catholic English as second language director. And what I do is I ensure kiddos that do not have English as a first language have equitable education. Now more than ever, that's extremely important. I
Mhm.
feel so passionate about this because I also grew up in an extremely like poor environment, poor household. So I know what it took to like claw my way to get here. And I
Mhm.
know that if it's possible for me, it's possible for other kids if I can just be that adult that I needed when I was younger. So that's definitely what fuels me every day that I get up and I go to school.
I love that. I've heard that quote before about like need to almost think about who you needed as a child because that should be kind of like who we are as adults because that's going to kind of put us back in that mind frame of like, okay, I really need an adult to hear me. I really needed an adult to support me or understand me.
To
'Cause
make you feel seen and valid.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's such a pivotal thing to remember because we get kind of lost in the day to day. And then, especially as educators, you want someone to really care. Like, my daughter's too young for school yet, but when she's in school, I'm like, you want a teacher like that that's going to really think, like, okay, they're going to hear everything I say, or they're going to see me as a person, like, even if I'm
Right.
quiet, or, those kind of things.
Absolutely. And see the parent too, because the parent is an important part of all that.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
do you think, so I know you've kind of posted before about your content changing, especially
Mhm.
after the election, but I think even before the election, you were kind of talking a little bit more about what could happen, these kind of things. So with working at a Catholic school, is it hard to kind of like, do you have to stay in line with certain things or say certain things? I don't want to like get you in trouble either. So I want to make sure you're saying things that are okay. But are there guidelines? Like, can you say certain things online, or where does that fall in line with your teaching?
Well, I think in general, that is kind of just a teacher box that everyone has to stay in. When it comes to my Catholic faith and where I align, at first I was really nervous to kind of like go out in those waters and let people know, like, hey, I'm not a public school teacher, I'm a Catholic school teacher. But once I showed people that I'm here for all kids, regardless of religion, race, background, culture, people started to see my authentic views that I wanted to present and the information that I was giving people, and it was well received. There are definite lanes that you have to stay in as a teacher. And then I think my lane is just a tad bit smaller, being a Catholic school teacher. But the things that I am bringing are fact-based educational laws to people. So I'm really proud of that. And I think as long as I stay in my lane, I'm good. And I've had a lot of wonderful support from my school community. They have backed me up 110%. They believe that every child has the right to a free and equitable education, as I do, regardless of race and religion. So
Yeah.
it's been really good. But at the end of the day, I'm an adult and I have to be able to control what I say to stay in that lane.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, I love it. I love that they're behind you because I mean, just in general with like content creators, like just different jobs. I've heard different stories where they're like, you can't say this, you can't post this, you can't do this. So it's really good to hear that there's like supportive schools and communities out there. Share like a pivotal moment in your life that kind of shaped how you approach teaching.
I think one thing that changed my view on how I view all kids in the classroom is my son was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome when
Mhm.
he was in kindergarten. And as a parent, just hearing that diagnosis, not knowing what that looks like in our lives, let alone in the classroom surrounded by kids he does not know, it really made me like peel back my eyelids and open my eyeballs to every single kid has something different that's going on inside of them. Every
Mhm.
single kid that is in front of me is going to feel one way or another on a certain day. And my son deserved to have a teacher that was like, okay, you are different and you're unique, and that's wonderful. And how are we going to ensure that you get the exact same care and attention as every single other kiddo
Mhm.
in here? And I think as we're looking at things today that are happening politically, we have to remember that we are all just one diagnosis away from having a unique child. We're one car accident away from having a child that might need to be in a wheelchair, that is going to need different accommodations and is going to need a teacher that is loving and caring and will do absolutely everything for your kid like they would for Susie Hugh, who is always there 20 minutes early, raising her hand, star reader. Like
Mhm.
every single child is different. And I want my kid to have a teacher that loves on him like I love on every single baby that I see every single day of the school year. So,
Mhm.
like his diagnosis, it was rough for us. It was scary. We didn't know what that would look like. So, that was hard.
Yeah, such an important thing because, like you said, anything can change in a minute. I think a lot of times people just like look at like what's going to affect me and me only. And but if we
Mhm.
look outside and say like, well, how is this affecting other people, or how is it affecting that family, or how is it affecting this family? that
Mhm.
leads to more compassion and empathy and understanding. And I think
Yes.
that's really what the world lacks because not to like generalize, but I just feel like those are the things I've observed is there's a certain group of people that just look at like, well, it doesn't bother me, so I'm fine. It's like, well,
Right.
anything can change, anything could happen. Like you said, emergencies happen all the time. I don't know, things just can change quickly. That's such a good thing to think about. Okay, I want to switch into the wedding kind of topic. And as I was kind of saying to you before we started recording, is I'm kind of shifting these podcast episodes a little bit different to like more conversations in the beginning. But I still haven't kind of figured out a transition. Sometimes it just happens naturally, and other times I'm like, all right, so on to the wedding stuff. So sorry if it seems kind of abrupt. We're working on it.
No, first timer here. I think it seems fabulous.
Okay. I always just like talk my way through stuff or like, what is it called? Not talk my way through it. I don't know. I just like when I don't know what I'm doing, I just keep talking and figuring it out.
Girl,
Okay.
same. And you're a hand talker,
Oh
so
my gosh. The number of people when I first started making content that would like hate comments about me using my hands, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what
yes.
it just happens.
I get the same, and then my next video I come out 10 times harder. And I'm
Yeah,
just like, you thought it was bad before, just wait.
I know, right? It's like I will make sure I do it now. Well, and yeah, and so one comment I got last night was because I do like the skits and stuff, but every once in a while I come on and I'll like explain something or I'll give like a little background. Someone
Mhm.
basically was like, no one likes when you do that. Don't come on
Oh,
and explain things. We're here for the skits and the skits only. Don't talk and waste our time.
people are so rude. Keyboard warriors nowadays, like it's absolutely ridiculous.
I know.
It's
I just have to
crazy.
laugh at the ridiculous ones. Okay,
Mhm.
so starting off, let's do a little wedding would you rather, and this is
Oh,
completely just random. So,
okay.
some of them might be a little tied to being a teacher, but then we're gonna do like other ones. So here we go.
Okay.
Would you rather have to teach a class of 30 kids in full bridesmaid attire or chaperone recess in high heels the day after a wedding?
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, with the amount of dancing that I do and the way that I get into shout and put my hands up in the
Yeah.
air, I'm definitely gonna go with the 30 kids in the classroom.
Yeah.
Like a bridesmaid's dress, I love a good dress up any day of the week. Yes.
Yes, I know. It's a fun excuse to have like a princess day or something.
Right. Like, since when is dressing up bad at school? So I totally will take that. But my 41-year-old body nowadays, after wedding dancing, I can't. Like,
Oh my gosh, you
I'll
need a
pull
full
a
day of
hammy
recovery.
and yeah, no fun.
Yeah. I know. It's funny how that like just changes all of a sudden. When people have like the full wedding weekend, I need like one big day and then I need like a couple of days of recovery. Thank you.
Yes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, after a good wedding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Would you rather give a wedding toast with no preparation or do the cha-cha slide solo in front of the whole reception?
Oh my gosh. Cha-cha, real smooth now. I would much rather, I think, just give a wedding toast. I'm a group dancer, but solo dancing, like my face drops, like my face gets serious. It's not very cool to look at. I don't think anyone would want that. But hand me a mic and cheers the bride and groom. That's something I can get behind for
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Would you rather attend a wedding where the ceremony lasts 3 hours or one where the DJ only plays Kids Bop?
Oh, okay.
That's a tough one.
Oh man, this is almost like, would you rather go to a 3 hour PD or do a Kids Bop after school hour? Oh my gosh.
I
I
like,
think, I know, I think I'm gonna still go with the 3 hour ceremony. I
ooh.
know, at least it's quiet. At least
Oh
it's
my
quiet.
gosh. I think I would go Kids Bop.
Really?
Every once in a while, I don't know if it's because of my daughters too. And so every once in a while, like I get really into those Kids Bops. I mean, we don't
I
listen to
mean,
actual
they
kids.
are catchy. They're
Luck-
catchy.
Luckily, she's
I
really into
definitely
Wicked now, so we can listen to the Wicked soundtrack. But
play. I love
But
it.
I love a good Disney, so I don't know about Kids Bop. We'll see how that would go. But
I think it's because
oh,
when I imagine Kids Bop, like I imagine like kindergartners all up on me,
yeah,
like jamming with me with their hands going down, like
yeah,
that's just the vision that I have from the experiences that I
yeah.
have with Kids Bop. So Yours and mine, maybe a little different, but
Yeah,
yeah.
different vibe. Yeah. Would you rather sit at the all singles table with ex-students, parents, or be seated next to the couple's ex?
Oh my gosh. I actually would take the parent table for sure,
Yeah.
without a doubt. I have been really blessed with wonderful parents. I did 8 years in public school, and I'm still connected to so many of my public school parents that I love and adore. And the last like 5 years in the Catholic school system, I've been really lucky.
Oh,
So
good.
I bet that table is really fun. Sign me
Yeah.
up.
Like all those parents like letting loose. I bet it would be like a great table.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Love
A's
that.
for everybody.
Yes. Okay. Would you rather wear a neon bridesmaid dress that clashes with your skin tone or have your name spelled wrong on every wedding program?
Oh my goodness. So I am the worst speller in the world. I can totally see me misspelling something in my own wedding. I probably did, to be honest. And I also wore the wrong color bridesmaid's dress in my cousin's wedding 2 years ago. So I've done that
Oh,
as well. But I'm still going to have to go with if that bride wants me to wear the worst color in the world, but she is like, this is my vision, I've got you. I'm ride or die for the bride.
you strike me as someone that would be like a really great bridesmaid. You're like hands-on. You're like, what do you need? I got you. Like, I just get that vibe from you.
Well, until literally you see that I bought the wrong color, which is right before we're walking down the aisle. So
When you're
there's
walking down the aisle,
oh my gosh, we walked into like the get ready room where all the dresses are hanging up, and the maid of honor comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, Pauline, have you seen your dress?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's hanging up. It's so cute." She's like, "It's the wrong color." So everyone had gotten like a shade of sage, and
okay.
mine was just a different shade of sage green. And you could
So were
tell
they from
within
different like places or like she told you, oh, get it sage and just sent like a picture of what she liked and then everyone just went and got
So
their own
I
or
confirmed via text, and I've always got receipts. I pulled
yeah.
that out, and before I bought it, I was like, "This is the color, correct?" And she said, "Correct." But the bride, my cousin, she was so relaxed. She's like, "I don't care," because I'm crying at this point. She's
Oh,
like, "I don't care. You're walking down the aisle." I'm like, "I'll stand in the back. I don't have to be in the wedding." Like,
oh. Was it
she,
that different?
it was like one shade lighter. You could
You could tell. Oh,
you could tell I ruined the wedding pictures for sure.
oh.
But
This is in the
she,
family.
she was a great, I mean, she's just a great person. So I got really lucky. But yeah, whatever the bride needs me to do, I'm going to do it.
Oh my gosh. I feel like, especially now too, it's like I've seen at more weddings where the bridesmaid dresses don't exactly match.
I know.
It's
I
I think
actually
it's
love
that
that.
weird. Yeah. I know. I feel like it's adding a little more uniqueness. I think like at my wedding, it was from Birdie Gray, which is like you can order
Oh,
them all online. They're under $100. You can pick like a color scheme. So like mine was like mauve, but there's like three shades of mauve, and people are like, "What color?" I'm like, "I don't care. Any of these.
any of
It's fine."
them. They're
And
going to look so pretty.
I feel like gone are the days where people wear the exact same
Right.
dress, maybe. I'm sure it happens here and there, but
Yeah, and in my wedding, I just did black satin. All the girls just had to do a black satin, and it needed to be like tea length and didn't care other than that. So, yeah, it was really unique. I love the non-uniform look.
yeah, I
And
know.
that's probably the Catholic school teacher in me coming out, being
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, we don't need a uniform up in
we're
here."
done with the uniforms, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, let's move into some wedding hot takes and stories. You said you have a story of how you met your husband at a wedding, so let's get into that.
Okay, so I met Mr. Borgert. We were both in the same wedding party for my cousin almost 16 years ago. And he kind of clocked me right away and was like, "That's the girl I want to marry." So we got to the reception, danced a little bit. There was definite connection early on. We both went our own ways. The next week, he called my cousin, old school, got my number, called me on the telephone. I heard this man's voice. Who does that
Right.
anymore?
So unheard
Um,
of these days.
I know. And he asked me out on a date, and we have been together ever since. But yeah, he went up to my cousin, who was the bride, and said, "I just want you to know I'm going to marry that girl." And
Oh my gosh, that's like a romantic story.
I know, I love love.
Oh
It's
my
so
God. So how is he connected to? the wedding? Like, was he like a groomsman or he was, I guess, your cousin's husband friend?
Yes. He was a longtime childhood friend of the groom.
Okay.
So now they get to be at family functions together and we're
Oh
like
my
raising our
God.
kids together. So it's wonderful.
I love that when they're already kind of like connected. So there's like no extra introduction. You got an in, he's got an in. And then for you, it was a family wedding. So your family was probably already there. Did he like meet your parents then at the wedding and everything?
I don't know if he necessarily like met them at the wedding,
Yeah,
but he was invested in the fun that my family can have for sure. We
I
are
love
a
that.
good time.
I
So
love that.
yeah, he was there for it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that story because like usually when I ask people crazy stories, they're like, I mean, I try to not put people on the spot, but I love that it was like a positive, good story. Because
Yes.
I always tell people, I'm like, people just remember these crazy moments. That's why I share them. But like for the most part, there are so many great wedding stories and like fun moments and just like wild moments about dancing and
Yes.
hanging out. Awesome. I love that. Okay, let's get into some wedding hot takes. These are ones
Okay.
people send me on Instagram. We'll just kind of react together and see
Okay.
what our thoughts are. Okay, this one says buffets over plated dinners, faster, more variety, and fewer awkward chicken and steak dinners.
So there was one summer, like my husband and I had been married for maybe like 2 years, and we legit had 10 weddings from like May until September. He's
Hmm.
5 years older than me. So my friends were in like prime time wedding season. And it was almost every single wedding had the same chicken with that white gravy, I think it
Oh,
might be.
yeah.
Ugh,
Mhm.
like on top with the mashed potato, and everybody thinks that they're doing something special when they're not. Like it's just boring. But one of our friends catered in Qdoba at their,
Ooh,
and I have
yes.
never forgotten it. I have never forgotten the Qdoba wedding. And I
Mhm.
hope that if this airs, they hear this and they know how special
They
their Qdoba wedding was to me. So I'm a fan of a buffet, poor girl from a poor neighborhood. We loved our buffets growing up. So I don't mind a good buffet at a wedding.
I know. I was just saying to someone, like when I was younger and at weddings, I was like years from getting married. I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I would do a buffet. I like the plated dinner. And then as I got older, I was like, I love a buffet. I just love it. And then, of course, when I got married, I did a taco bar and I was like, this is where it's at.
You did the taco bar. There are people that came to your wedding that 20 years from now are going to be like, I went to a
The
taco
taco.
bar wedding and it's going to be you, girl. That
Yes.
is the wedding that they are referencing. It's yours.
I was just like, I never really was a big fan of plated dinners unless they're like, I don't know, every once in a while, yeah, it, like surprise me really good. But I also worked at a hotel for, gosh,
Ah,
3 years in college. I would saw all the banquet foods and I saw them, and not like saying they were gross or anything, but like I saw how
right.
they would keep them warm, and I don't know, it's just not my thing. And so I was like, when there's a buffet though, you take what you want, maybe go for
Yes.
seconds, get a little guacamole in there, we're good.
Yes, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And I love that you did. I can't believe it. You did tacos.
I
I
know
love
you're
it.
saying Qdoba. I was like, yes, it was pretty close. It was like a local place, but it was perfect. Like,
Perfect. Yes. And
yeah.
people appreciate it.
And pizza for a late night snack.
Yes. The best weddings that bring out that 11 p.m. like fill your belly up snack. The best.
Yes. Oh, it's the best. Okay, this next one says, not every wedding needs a first dance. Some couples just want a party, so let them.
I agree. Like if you don't want to do it, don't do it. This is your special day. Who am
Yeah.
I to say that you have to do something to make me feel special or this whole thing makes sense? That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me.
I know. And I've heard of parents fighting back on it and being like, no, you need this. And it's like, they don't want to be the center of attention. They don't want that big moment. It's okay. Like, no one should be forced to do anything at their wedding that they aren't comfortable with or that just doesn't interest them.
Right. Did you do a first dance?
I did.
We did
Yes.
too. Now, don't
Mhm.
get me wrong, I love it.
Yeah.
I love a first dance. But if
Yes.
they don't want it, they don't want it.
Yeah. 100%. We did I'm going to mess up the word, choreographed. We practiced ourselves.
Oh my gosh.
We
You
are
did
not
that.
dancers, either of us.
Okay,
I'm not,
so when are you posting that to TikTok?
I might have years ago. I'm trying to think. I might
Okay.
have to repost it.
I'm
Um,
gonna get my scroll game on.
I know I got to think about what I posted it. Probably not in a long time because people were like asking about it once. So we watched YouTube because I was like, okay, one lesson I always learn, brides, if you're listening, was take some kind of dance course. You don't have to like pay for it if you are doing a first dance. You don't have to like pay for it. There's free ones on YouTube.
Right.
And so we started doing that like just to learn like the steps. Because I've gone to so many weddings where you can tell they've literally never danced together. They
Right.
stand there and they just like look awkward. They just
And
sway.
they're like leaving lots of room for Jesus,
Yeah.
And it's like,
Like,
come
come
on,
on,
your parents
guys.
know. They
Yeah.
know.
Let's not have that first time you guys ever like get in a room, dance together, be like in front of 100 people, right?
Right.
So like I knew I didn't want that awkward moment. So like we did our step practicing and then as we were
Oh,
watching or like YouTube, it was like suggested videos and it was like Taylor Swift. Oh gosh, what song is it?
pick your
It's
poison.
can't I'm gonna sing it and I can't sing. Can I go where we I can't sing. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm a Swiftie. Give it
We
to me.
always be this close forever and
And
ever.
ever and take me home and
What is that called?
you're
Lover,
my
lover.
lover.
I knew we'd get there eventually. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was to lover. Yeah,
Love
and there was a
that.
really cute dance on YouTube, and they showed what to do. So we did like a little spin. He like picked me up in the end,
Oh,
and we didn't tell anyone we were doing it. So it was
you
like a
had like
surprise.
your baby moment from Dirty Dancing where he like picked you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah,
living like
a little
every
less
girl's
graceful than
fantasy
that,
right
but
now.
yeah.
But I do love that you told brides that they could just get on YouTube. Like they don't have to spend their money.
Yeah.
Just hop on YouTube. I love that you remind people of that. It doesn't have to break the bank to be special.
Yeah, exactly. Like we literally did it in our apartment living room and we just practiced every week. I think we were like Monday nights, we're gonna practice our dance.
Yay.
Um, okay. Next one is no ring, no bring is totally fair. Sorry to your new hinge date of 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on no
Oh.
ring, no bring?
Oh my thought. Okay, so my husband did not get invited to a second cousin of mine's wedding. We were not engaged. We got engaged the next month.
Okay.
And during the time, I was like, I can't believe they won't let me bring him. Why would they not?
Hmm.
And now that I have children of my own and I see the cost of things, I see more of like that behind the curtain. I
Hmm.
can see that and I can respect it for what it is now.
Yeah, I totally get that.
But when I was in the moment, it felt like, oh, my partner isn't allowed to be here. But I
Mhm.
can understand it now. I can respect it now.
Yeah, no, I
Makes
totally
sense.
get that. I had a similar thing. It was my second cousin's wedding. Gosh, I don't even know how long ago it was. My now husband and I were just dating, but we were living together for years. And they like, it was weird. It was like they invited all of us. I can't remember. There was something weird about it. We were like, oh, I didn't know if they like didn't know his name or something like weird, but like I had been with him like longer than this couple had been. So like they'd met him many times.
This is your person at this point.
Yeah, like
This
this
is
is like
your
very clearly my
lobster.
person. Yeah, like he'd been
Right.
like plus one to other weddings in the family, like he'd been to their house. And then this second cousin, it was like a fairly like quick, which no hate or anything, of course, that's
Right.
awesome. But it was fairly quick. So like they had been together like a short time and like he wasn't invited. And I was like, oh, I was just making sure. And again, now looking back, I was not like super close with them. So I was like, I get it. And I ended up just going with my mom and my sister.
Yeah,
My
which,
dad can
th
make it.
those can be fun times
And it
too.
was fine.
Like
Yeah.
unexpected fun moments without the old ball and chain. That's fun
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah.
I do think there's a difference between you have been dating your now boyfriend for years and I was almost engaged versus like, oh, 2 weeks ago I met Jimmy down at the gas
Yeah.
station. Can he come too? That's different to me.
I know. I just read this crazy Reddit story this morning where it was like this girl was demanding to be invited to her boyfriend of a few months' wedding, like, or his friend's wedding. And he was like, oh, I don't get a plus one. And she's like, well, I'm your girlfriend. I should be able to go. And he's like, well, they didn't give me one. I'm a groomsman. I don't really want to start anything. And she's like, no, if you really like me, you need to like bring me. And that's where I'm like, it's only 3 months. He's probably known these
Right.
friends for years. I don't see why you have to automatically give a plus one.
Right. I agree. I agree with that.
It's very nuance, I think, in a lot of it. It's not all black and white. It's kind of like each individual thing is going to have different rules. I don't
Right. We didn't do kids at our wedding. We had a no kid wedding, but our final total, even after we got all the no's for our RSVPs, we were up to like 370 people
Oh
with no
my,
children.
whoa!
So, and that is hard for people to grasp too. What do you mean I can't bring my kids? But
Yeah,
when you are from such a ginormous family, when you eliminate those kids, you're able to say, okay, my second cousins can now come. And,
yeah.
so I think we have to remember to pull back the curtain on everything and
Mhm.
kind of say there's always more back there than what we
Right.
initially think.
Oh my gosh, 375 people?
Too many.
That is
Too,
insane.
it was like 360 people too many, let me tell you.
If you were to do it again, do you think you would do it a lot smaller?
I would do it so differently. It would be much smaller, quaint, and just a few close people. And I would probably want to do a surprise. And just if
Mm.
you wanted to show up at this random thing I invited you to, you get to come to my
Ooh, I
wedding.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I know, I think it's with age, we're kind of like, so I always tell people if I were to get married in my early 20s or something, I think I would have gone way too big, invited way too many people.
Mhm.
I had just been out of college or something, so I'd probably had like all my college friends, my
Yes.
bridesmaids, and it's like now here I am 15 years or ish out of college, and I'm like doing the quick math, 15 out of college, and I'm like, half those people I don't even talk to anymore. So I'm like, I would not have wanted them at the wedding because then they're gonna be all these pictures.
Right. And that's exactly how it is. And I'm blessed and lucky. And it's easy for me to say now, like, oh, I would do it differently. But that's because I got that moment. I got the big moment of all my friends, all my family. But yeah, I don't talk to the majority of the people that were there at no fault of theirs or mine. Life just
Time just, yeah,
lives,
sometimes
and
it
you
just
just.
happens. Did you
Mhm.
get pushback with the no kids at your wedding?
I did. There were a couple people that gave me pushback, a couple family members and a couple friends. One of my bridesmaids had had her daughter like 2 weeks before the
Mm.
ceremony. So she brought her daughter to like feed, her parents came. Things like that didn't bother me.
Yeah,
But if I let one family bring their two kids, then the next family had, and then before you know it, it's 500 people.
right.
So it's not that the children, it was more so just I needed the number as low as possible to be able to invite all those people I no longer see anymore.
Right. And then you want it to be equal playing ground for everybody.
Right, for
Yeah,
everybody.
totally
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, that's what one thing people don't realize in a lot of the stories I get. They're like, just make me the exception. Oh, my kids are fine. It's like, well, you don't understand if I let you bring your two kids and then
right.
yours. And then I read a story the other day where an aunt was told it was just the aunt and uncle. And then she RSVP'd for her adult children who are four kids, their significant others, and their kids. So she wrote in on the card 15 or something extra people.
I can't.
Like you're
Like,
not
where
talking one
do,
extra person, you're talking three extra tables, two extra tables.
yeah, like in what world and in what mind does that aunt think that that is okay? Like, I can't
Yeah.
wrap my mind around people that do things like that, but there's people out there that do it. That's
All the
it's
time. Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy.
It's again that mind frame of me. This is going to affect me if I can't do it this way. Or,
Right.
oh, it's fine. Like,
Right. I'm
maybe,
the exception. She
yeah.
loves me so much.
Yeah.
She
I'm her
just
favorite
forgot.
aunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because when I'm like acting them out, I'm like, oh gosh, this is so dramatic. I'm making this 10 times worse than it probably is. And people will comment and they'll be like, no, that exact thing happened to me. Or
Like
my
that is exactly
aunt
what she
talked that way. Yeah. I'm just like, oh man, this is wild. Hey, drama lovers, big news. My book, Here Comes the Drama, A Ferris and Sloan Story, is officially out now. If you've been following their wild wedding saga online, this is the full story, packed with messy twists, sharp banter, family chaos, and all the heart you've come to love. And judging by your messages and posts, you're loving it too. Huge thanks to everyone who's already grabbed a copy early and shared it on social media. Your support means everything. If you haven't read it yet, now is the time. Head to KristaEnnis.com/book or click the link in the show notes. It's available in both print and ebook. Grab your copy before the spoilers start showing up in the comment sections because trust me, you'll want to experience every jaw-dropping moment for yourself. Okay, Let's get into this week's wedding story submission. So,
Okay.
as always, I have not read this yet, so feel free to stop me at any time and react, or we'll just kind of react together.
Okay.
Here we go. Hello, Krista. I just want to say I love your skits. I have a story that still blows my mind years later. I'm not sure if it's juicy enough to be considered drama, but it was wild for sure. Back in October of 2013, I started dating a man who was 7 years older than me. I was 23 and he was 30. He had a younger sister who was exactly 1 month older than me. She was the baby of the family and never did anything wrong in their eyes. She was also a teacher, which becomes important later because I'd always wanted to be an elementary school teacher, but had to pay for college on my own. Most of his family lived in New York or Florida, which also plays a role later. Okay.
Hold on. So we've got a 30-year-old man
Mm-hmm.
dating a 23-year-old.
23-year-old, yes.
Okay.
And sister who's also 23 is my
Okay. Teacher. Got it. Out of state relatives.
yes.
Okay.
By May 2014, my then boyfriend had been in and out of the hospital several times for various issues, even having surgery to remove his appendix. He thanked me for being by his side through everything and bought me a nice Coach bag to show his appreciation. I had never owned a designer purse before. Then he asked my youngest sister for help planning something. My sister knew I absolutely hated surprises and told me he wanted to propose and ask for suggestions. So she's just like, this is what he wants to do.
Mm.
Okay. They met in
Yeah.
October 2013 by May 2014. So this is like a year and no, not even.
No, that's just like six
Oh, that's
months.
like 6 months later.
November, December, January, February. Yeah, that's like 5, 6 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. This
We're
going.
going along. Okay. She gave him several ideas so I wouldn't know which one he'd pick or when it would happen. He
Okay.
also asked my biological dad for permission, which was odd because I'd always been closer with my mom. Okay. You would think he would know that, but maybe not in 5 months.
I mean, only 6 months. Who knows?
Yeah. In June 2014, he proposed, and I said yes. His youngest sister, okay, so now his youngest sister, planned a
Okay.
visit to our town in July 2014 to see one of her guy friends.
Okay.
She messaged her brother.
Okay.
I'm like
That's
drawing
the
a tree in
groom.
my head. Yeah. Oh, yeah, duh. Oh my gosh. Saying she wanted to see him and meet me. Okay, so they
Oh.
hadn't met yet.
And she's getting married. Okay, so she has yet to meet even his family at this point, and they're
Yeah.
engaged.
Okay, so she was just giving us background on the sister, but at this point they hadn't even met. So he meets this girl and proposes in 6 months. She hasn't met the family. Maybe they don't live close.
Comes in town.
Right, so she comes in town, she wants to meet. We planned everything around her visit, but when she arrived, she met up with her friend and blew us off.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
to
oh,
this
it gets
day,
better.
I have never met her. To
Wait,
this
okay, wait,
day,
hold on. Pause. Pause. One, they're still together?
I don't know. She just wrote to this day, I've never met her.
Oh,
So I'm like really confused. We're talking 11 years later.
right,
Unless
2014.
unless
Like,
I'm reading
I'm
this weird.
flabbergasted. Like, so there's nothing to indicate if they are still together except the phrase, to this day, I still have not met her.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens next, but I'm pretty sure she means like she just blew her off that time and then that was it. I don't know. Okay, she says we set our wedding date for Saturday, October 25th, 2014, so about a year after they met. No one from his family was able to attend.
Is that a red? Is that a flag
I
for
think that's a
you?
red flag. Yeah.
That's a
Why? Okay, so sister blew them off, doesn't go to meet her, and then no one from his family can just make it.
right. That's red flag.
Red flags are everywhere for me.
They're
I'm sorry
popping
to
up.
this. I mean, I don't know what happens next, so I'm sorry to this person that sent this in, but I'm just like, this is all very fast and
Yes.
weird that his family can't show up.
Right. And I think the age is like the red flags are like popping. I'm like, hold on a second. So I'm
Mm.
excited to hear what comes next because I'm
Yes.
trying to put it all together in my mind.
Yeah, same. I know I've got like the family tree going on right here,
Yeah.
drawing here. Okay. So no one from his family was able to attend, but they planned to watch the ceremony live. On his
I'm like,
sister,
oh, 2014. Is that like what on like how do you watch it live in 2014?
yeah, because
Facebook? Did you like Zoom? Like,
I don't even remember Facebook Live in 2014 because
was I in 2014? Oh, I was having a baby. Okay.
you're like,
That's
where? Yeah,
I was having a baby. But
you're
yeah, how do you? I don't
Because
know.
I remember, okay, I was working a trade show. I honestly think it was 2014. One of my first jobs out of college. My manager, I worked in marketing, and she was like, look at this new app where you can live stream. And I remember her showing me, and that was before Facebook Lives and stuff, because then I think it was bought by Facebook.
She had something,
She had something. Maybe they were like
something.
FaceTiming. You could FaceTime then, right? I don't even
I
know.
feel like I still had a flip phone back then. Like with the
I know.
ABC texting,
Like,
like dun dun
oh
dun.
my
You
gosh.
had to hit it
Yeah.
like three times. I mean, you're so young. Did you ever have a phone like that?
I'm not that much younger than you, honestly.
Well,
I'm,
you look amazing.
so
At
do
least
you.
tell me you're younger than me.
I'm turning 35 this year.
Okay, yes, you are a baby. You are a baby.
What is that? What, 5 years? That's not 6 years.
7.
But it's funny
Okay.
though. I see 7. Oh, okay. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's all right.
I feel like I'm at the age where like I was gonna say I have friends in their 20s, but I'm like I don't. I guess I have some friends in their 20s, but I have friends in their 40s. Like it's
Right. You're now to the point where you can go both sides.
yeah. I mean, I had an hour-long conversation with my like 85-year-old neighbor last night, and it was the best. Like I love chatting with her. Age doesn't matter to me. But it's funny, I like see 2014 and it also feels like yesterday, and then I'm like, wait a second. I have to remind myself we're like in the
That was a
2020.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. Oh my gosh. Okay. She says, then on his sister's birthday, September 26th, we're giving some personal details though, so hopefully they don't
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
this. He was in the hospital again. I had no cell service and was too focused on my fiance. The next day, I reached out to her to wish her a belated happy birthday. So I'm confused. So she says they never met. Maybe they just meet in person. So she's talked to
She
her through
has
the
to meet
phone.
in person. Yeah, because she came in town in July. The sister blew her off.
Hmm.
And then I'm thinking September he gets sick, and then the wedding is in October.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so they
So
just haven't met in
in
person. They're
person.
ABC texting each other right
Yeah,
now on
ABC
their flip phones.
texting. Okay, so she reached out to wish her a belated happy birthday and apologized for missing it the day before. She completely lost it on me, calling me a horrible person for ignoring her on her birthday.
No, hard pass.
Yeah, we're not like 5 or 6 years old where we like,
Right.
at this point, if she was turning 24, you can survive one day.
Right. And your brother's in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's another flags.
huge red flag.
Yes.
Where are his parents in all of this?
She hasn't really mentioned them except that they're just not
They're
coming.
not coming, which is weird. Because it
Mhm.
says families in New York and Florida. They're in Kansas City, it says. Then she insulted me,
Oh my
saying she was a teacher and I was too dumb to finish college
God.
and get my teaching license. Oh no. Just for
Oh no.
missing a birthday by one day and being with your brother in the hospital.
Oh no. College. If you go to college, it does not make you any smarter than anybody else.
I
It
don't
just
get that
gives you a
mentality.
set of tools to be able to do a job. It doesn't equate to being smarter than anybody.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, she
And
needs
why
to take that
don't
foot out
I
of her
just
mouth.
don't get that mentality of like,
Mm-mm.
oh, I went to college and you didn't. It's
Mm.
like you probably went to college because you had either a privilege to go to college, you had
Right,
funds to go to college. You don't know the full story of, and
right,
some people just choose not to, and that is
right.
perfectly okay. And there's no one smarter for going or not going.
Right. Oh yeah, that
Take
would be like a knife. I would feel that as a knife. Like
mm-hmm.
that comment to me, that would stay with me, I feel like. I'd carry that
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But says after that, she blocked me on everything. My fiance was upset for a moment and then defended her, saying that's just who she is and she'll come around soon enough. No, someone that says that, they're not coming around.
And that's also like that is your fiance.
Hmm.
This is the person that you're getting ready to say I do to, and he's just going to be okay with people being mean to you?
Yeah.
No.
And see, this is where, again, I don't know the rest of the story, so I'm sorry if it works out a different way, but like, I hope, I don't know, maybe it doesn't work out, but like, someone that jumped the gun really quickly to someone that
Mhm.
was much younger than him and was like, let's move fast. 6 months from now, we're getting engaged. My family's not going to be there. I don't know. I'm getting some bad vibes, and I don't.
Yes. So I live by the rule that whoever you date, if you can subtract that amount of years and you wind up under the age of 18, it shouldn't happen yet. So,
So if you were subtract her age by their acceptance.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah. Then I'm like, that's icky to me a little bit.
Mhm.
Not to say that it won't work out, and I hope that it did, and I hope that they're happy. But that age gap, the life experiences that people have are so vastly different.
Yeah.
You know, a 30-year-old to a 37-year-old, they've had a lot of similar life experiences. You minus that number, and it's like, okay, they've been a grown adult for a long time. So
Mm.
it's not necessarily the number that I get tripped up on.
Yeah.
It is how much life experience is attached to those
No,
numbers.
that's a really good point because people are always like, well, my parents are this or that. And it's like, it's a good point of like, well, when did they meet? How did they
Right.
meet? Where were they at in their life? Because, yeah, I'm thinking like 23. I was like freshly, I mean, I graduated at 23. So I was like freshly out of college. 30, like you've been in the job field for a while.
Yes. And you know what you want in life. You know, this man, he may be like, yeah, that's the woman that I want. I'm going after her. I'm going to get her. But was she ready for that? Could she see the red flag of, hey, your fiance, he's not supporting you right now? And I think that comes with life experience, just
Mhm.
growing into your own as a woman and the value that you bring to the table, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little,
Interesting. Okay. She says she never watched our wedding. Okay, so they got married. And to this day, I haven't spoken to her since September 27th, 2014. So we're talking 11 years. So they got married still.
I'm so happy that they are happy. I want to put that out into the universe. But I'm still so confused.
Well, there is
Like,
still more.
oh, hot. Okay, let's go.
Something that we can see what's up. So she said she hasn't spoken to her. I even visited their mother's house. Oh, in
Oh,
New York in February of 2015, where she lived. But I still never saw or heard from her. Interesting. She lived there and then didn't show up.
and refuse to come by.
In November 2014, I asked for a divorce and thanked his dad and stepmom for trying to help us through our marriage troubles. Can I give a
I knew it.
I was like, can I applaud it? Yes, girl.
And maybe it was the sister. Maybe she was looking at it all, being like, I can't support this. I can't, but no,
Mm.
no, nope, I can't validate that sister's comment in
The
my mind.
comment.
I tried.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, where does that come from though, either? Like, where? I have a lot of questions still, too. It says his stepmom threatened to have his dad, my now ex-father-in-law, end my life if I ever contacted her son again. What? Because she
What?
asked for a divorce? That just a whole family sounds very toxic and red flag.
She dodged a bullet. Literally, it sounds like she dodged a bullet
Yeah.
because the mom is like, I'm gonna end your life. So
Yeah.
she,
They all sound very threatening, like
right.
controlling, maybe.
Yeah, no, that whole 30 to 23, my flag went up immediately. I knew it.
I saw your face too, and you're like, wait, so she's 23, he's 30. Oh, 6 months later, they went, okay.
Okay.
So they were married for, wait, they weren't even married a month because it says their wedding date was set for October 25th. She filed for divorce in November. So it wasn't even a full month.
Oh my. Okay, does she include like where am I now? Do we get to hear like the healing part of all of this? Because
No, but there's a little bit more. There's like
okay.
a little more of a paragraph. Let's see. It says, we got back together for a little while, but never spoke to his dad, stepmom, or sister again. I later found out his older siblings were annoyed at how much their younger sister got away with. I mean, at 24, she threw a fit because her brother was in the hospital and I wished her happy birthday a day late. It wasn't like I'd forgotten entirely. Side note, I graduated a few years later after divorcing her abusive brother. Okay, now we're getting a little more of the context.
Yes.
And I'm working on my master's degree. I also ended up teaching for a few years.
Yay, yes, queen.
I
There you
love that. That
go.
was a happy ending because you know
That
what? You saw your worth and you saw, like, I want out of this situation. And I'm glad it was not even a month that you were just like, you know what? I'm out. And I hope
right.
this is a lesson too for people listening that, like, because I've had friends before that are like, well, everything's already paid for. We have to go through the wedding. It's like, it's never too late. Just if you are in a bad relationship, it's okay.
And that goes like both ways too. Like as a boy mom, having only boys, I want them to know that as well. They bring worth to the table too. and they need to be loved and respected. And if they need me to fake a heart attack as I'm lighting that wedding candle so that they can run out of the back door, I will do it. I will do it for them. It's never too late for happiness.
Yes, no, I totally agree. I feel like obviously we don't know the full situation here, but the fact that she threw in that he was abusive, and
Abusive.
which I kind of got the vibe he was controlling or something because of the moving so quickly and him being a lot older. But yeah, that's a scary situation. So always listening to your gut about it. I hope she had someone on her side that was like, hey, this doesn't seem right. Because it sounds like they went to his dad and stepmom for like helping through marital issues. So I don't know if she had anyone on her side that was like, hey,
Right.
this guy's not right for you.
Like this
Also
isn't it.
having, yeah, also having that like third party. It's nice that his parents were willing to help, but I feel like they should probably have had like a therapist or something come in and
Right. Really sit them down and be like,
yeah,
hey, this is what we're looking at here.
yeah. But I'm glad she got out of that because that could be very bad.
Oh my gosh, yes. And again, it's that life experience. You just don't know at such a young age. Sometimes you do, but
Mhm.
most part, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
And it's hard to see those things until that frontal lobe is developed, which is like 25. So,
wild.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
wild how like at least like my grandparents' age, they were like married, having kids at like 19, 20. And that was
right.
just like what they were expected to do. And they went to college to get their MRS. You know, they
Yep.
that was their job. And it's
Hmm.
just wild because they were still children in my eyes. I'm like, at 19, 20, 21, like you're still a kid.
Right. You're just a babe. Like you are still, I'm still folding clothes for my college kid. I'm like, there's no way you can get married right now. I am folding your t-shirts for you. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Yeah, it's wild. Well, that was a wild story. Thank
Yeah.
you to this person for sending that in because it was a different kind of story that we've got. And I think it's good to kind of get all the angles of these kind of stories. And I'm really proud of you. So, yeah.
Good job, writer in person. What do you
Yeah.
call it? Submitter?
Yeah. Story submitter or like OP, like original
Oh,
poster, but I guess they're not really posting it. They're just sending it to me. So, yeah. Writer inner.
good job, writer inner. We're proud of you.
Yeah, we've got great grammar over here. I don't know. Oh my gosh, the number of
It's
times
really intimate over here.
intimate, which honestly,
Intimate.
I think you could do something with that. I worked in marketing the past like 13 years, so I always think of things. You could do a mint at weddings called an intimate.
Oh,
Who's
it's
listening?
so intimate here. I love it. If you're listening, do it and then tag me in it so I can see all of your love.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I always end these on a couple of confessions that people send in. So let's read these and then we'll get on with our days. Okay, this says, I kind of regret who I picked to be my maid of honor. I would have still had her as a bridesmaid, but yeah.
I think that's normal. We kind of touched on that earlier. Just your life just changes and unfolds in different ways that you just don't know how you're going to need different people.
Mm.
And it's okay that she was that person in your life in that moment and that it might be someone different right now. It's
Yeah.
okay that both of those happened and both of those can be true.
Yeah. I'm kind of reading it as she hasn't gotten married yet. And she like asked
Uh-oh.
them. That's how I'm
Oh.
reading, but maybe I'm reading it wrong. She asked them to be in the wedding. And so like the wedding's coming up, but they're like,
And she
and,
wants to take it back.
and like maybe it's like the maid of honor is not really like, stepping up. But I think that's
Right.
too, it's like expectations and communication too, or maybe that maid of honor just doesn't really know what to do, or,
Right.
or you're just not as close with that person. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. And you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah. This says, I plan to cut my mother-in-law out of my life regardless of what my fiance wants to do.
Oh, ooh. That's a therapy for sure, I
Mhm.
feel like, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it's valid where like the mother-in-law has done something like terrible to her and just treats her poorly, then I
Right.
feel like the fiance should be backing her up and like
Right.
being that buffer. I feel like it should never be between the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law because this is about the son or something, right?
Right. There's something going on and it shouldn't just be about her.
Yeah. And so it's going to be almost impossible to just cut out the mother-in-law if the fiance is still talking to her. So then
Right.
as we like figure it out of like who is he gonna fully support? What's the issue here?
Right.
Unless you guys just don't get along, then I don't know how that would
But
work.
then you have to figure out you're going to form a family together. Like you've
Hmm.
got to figure it out. Got
Yeah.
to figure it out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, this last one says, my grandma, being my biggest supporter for eloping, helped me elope and deal with all of the backlash.
I love a good grandma. Like, is there anything better than a good grandma? There's not. Hands down, top five things, a good grandma. You can't
Yeah.
beat it.
Yeah.
And one that helps you elope and then says, not only am I going to help you do it and I'll help you plan it, but a grandma that says, you go and then I'll tell everyone I did it and I'll take the heat. Go live your life.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
You
human.
need that. I remember it's kind of funny. I grew up Catholic, and so like with Catholic parents, he's like, you don't move in before you get married. Like it was
Right.
like strict and stuff.
Bless you, child.
My grandma's Catholic, my parent, like that. So this is nothing against that. It was just like how like I was raised. And I remember though being like, I'm so close with my grandma that when my husband and I, now husband, we were gonna move in together, I told her first, and she was like, "That's great, honey. I'm so proud of you." And then my parents were fine with it. I'm the youngest, so they were like, by that point, they like,
Right. By that point, they're just like, get out of
yeah.
here.
But I was like, it was just funny. Like I told my friends, I was like, yeah, I told now she's 90, but at the time she was, gosh, how long have I been with my husband? She was like probably 80. But I like
Oh,
told her first, and she was like, that's great. I'm so proud. She's so
I love
excited.
See, top five, you've got one.
She's great.
You've
Yeah.
got one. I've got one too. My grandma, for her 80th birthday 5 years ago, she's still here. She jumped out of an airplane. She went skydiving on
No
her 80th.
way.
And we
That
all
is
went. And
amazing.
yeah, she even, got a second set of dentures so that if they fell out, she would have
She
her
was
normal.
ready.
She visited all of her doctors to get like the okay, but
Oh
there's
my
nothing better
gosh.
than a good grandma.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, thank
Okay.
you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
This was
I
so much
truly
fun.
enjoyed it.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad. It was so much fun hanging out with you. And can you tell everyone again where they can follow you, find your content, and then anything fun you're kind of working on?
Yeah. So again, my name is Colleen Borgert. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Colleen B or at Leanie Borg on TikTok. And if you are looking for educational news that is happening in this political climate, I am the teacher you want to follow because I'm going to give it to you like it is.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
You too.